Welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
Right, which is primarily metal music and live music.
That's right. That's what we primarily talk about. Except for today, we're going to talk about concert etiquette.
Yes, I'm your host, Karen, joined with my other host,
Brian.
I don't start these things.
So anyway, as I was saying, today's topic is
Concert etiquette?
Concert etiquette. You found an article from Livewire where they go over like the top 10 things of to not be an asshole at concerts or some shit like that.
Yes.
So we're just going to kind of go through that list, see what we like. All right, yeah, we agree with this. We don't agree with this. As well, if any come up that might be on the list that aren't on there that we think should be, we'll throw those in, I guess, and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So the article is 10 ways not to be an asshole at concerts. And then underneath it says, because what the fuck is going on lately? Which recently we've been at some concerts where it's like, just shut the fuck up. That's basically it.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because it does say lately. I do feel like since post-COVID, things have changed a little bit. And I don't know if that's simply post-COVID or if that's just
society
as a whole changing or what. But things are different for sure in 2021 to now 2023 for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing that they have is don't hold your phone up the entire show. So basically don't record the entire show.
Yeah, I agree with this 100%. We never had our phones out and never took photos, videos, or anything during concerts. I think you would from time to time.
Up until 2019. Yeah, after 2019. Well, when COVID happened. I think the first show we went back to, the first show we went back after COVID was Green Day. And even everybody had their phones up. And he's just like, put your phones away. Like, you've been on your phones for 18 months. Like, put your phones away. And that in my mind was just like, right, like we can just live in the moment.
But you wouldn't do that if like Disturbed was there, you wouldn't pull your phone out and record certain songs that you like.
I used to. That's what I'm saying. Like I used to in 2019. Like I know that there was a concert we went to with Avatar, and I recorded like 4 songs, I think. And Disturbed, I used to record a lot as well.
Yeah, I remember you doing that a lot in Disturbed, and it used to kind of frustrate me when you would do it, honestly, because I would say the same thing, like, live in the moment. Like, you're here, this is special, fucking put your phone down. Like, you're never going to watch this again. Did you ever watch those again, though? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially in 2020. When we weren't going to concerts, I would, and sometimes I still do, where, like, I'm flipping through my photos to, like, try to find something, and the Avatar ones will pop up or something, I'll watch those again.
And we had the same conversation with a friend of ours. His daughter is a big Harry Styles fan, and she goes to his concerts a lot. And she'll sit there and record the concert too, right? And we were talking to him about that. It's like, why? She's never going to watch this again. And he's like, no, she does. She rewatches this over and over and over.
Yeah.
So a part of me is like, you're never going to watch this again. Put your fucking phone down. But apparently I'm wrong. People do rewatch that stuff. And I don't know. I hated it. We went to a
Spirit Box.
I was gonna say that. Everybody had their fucking phone up for like the first half of the set. And it was so frustrating because that's all they could see was fucking phones.
Yeah, and we were down in like the pit area of House of Blues, and all you could see is phones. And I remember going to see Metallica for the 40th, and the one thing that like really got to me is like James was on like one side of the stage, and where back in the 80s you would see only like double horns or like fist bumps or whatever, and it's just everybody with their phone up the entire time he's over there. I mean, because I don't know, I get both sides of it, because I'm like, oh yeah, get a picture, to like remember the moment of him being so close or whatever. But what they're basically saying here in this article is don't hold it up the entire show.
Yeah.
And it does say on here, like, if you want to watch the entire show afterwards, go to YouTube. It's there for free.
Yeah.
Which a lot of bands they are on.
A lot of bands they are, but also a lot of it is
cell phone coverage.
Yeah. So it's like, go on YouTube because somebody's already recorded it. Yeah. But also, like, Metallica definitely records it and they throw a bunch of their shit up. One other thing I want to say about this real quick is I do it more now.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to bring up, in the article it says, and if you do use your phone, make sure your flash is off.
Yes, make sure your flash is off. I guess real quick about that.
Yeah.
We were at Reggie's.
Oh, I thought it was at Rockfest.
No, we were at Reggie's and there was... Well,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
We were at Reggie's and there was Notre Dad and his wife and their daughter. They were there for the daughter to see Kimmis. Like, she was clearly there for Kimmis.
We're assuming that's the relation of everybody.
Yeah.
Notre Dame was definitely Notre Dame.
Yeah. And the mom pulls her phone out to take a photo, and she has her flash on. The daughter, like, reaches up instantly, grabs her arm, and throws it to the ground, like, turn that fucking flash off.
Yeah.
Like, it was hilarious. Rockfest, I accidentally took a photo with my camera on, and like the couple people around us like looked at me. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that." Yeah. But I take photos now and videos now because we're doing stuff with Instagram for this podcast, and that's really the only reason I do it.
But we don't hold it up for the entire show, which that's basically what this is saying is like, don't hold it up for the entire show. Like, take some photos, like if you want to record like one song, and like if I do it, I hold it in my face, my own face.
I try to as well.
Yeah.
I do stick it up above my head sometimes, but I try to hold it at like forehead level.
Yeah. Where it's like, then it's impeding me, which I saw that from a vlogger that vlogs for Disney. And he even says like when they do like record parades or whatever, he's not holding his camera up. He's putting it like here and hope he gets the shot. Yeah. And that's basically what I do. Like if I record for an Instagram story or something, I'm like, I hope I'm getting this. If not, whatever. Like,
yeah, and we only record for 30 seconds for that. And the photos I take, I just like take a photo, like over and over, take 1,000 photos really quick type
that you
thing.
hope that you get one to use.
And yeah, I scroll through until I find the one I like. I was like, all right, I think I take like 2,000 photos at a concert doing it that way and get like 10 okay ones.
Yeah. We're not saying how we do it is okay and everybody should do it how we do it. We understand that we're probably a burden to other people. But we do not hold up our phone the entire show.
What we do is when we're doing this, we are taking other people's vantage points and experience in mind when we do it. We're trying to be quick and
the other thing that's not mentioned here is turn your brightness down on your phone.
Yes.
Because that I think annoys me more than anything is like even if somebody's like texting or whatever, if you're in a dark room and like waiting for the band to go on or like they're in between their songs or something and you just see this bright light pop up, it's like turn your brightness down. You can turn it back up after the concert, and even if you're recording a song or taking a photo, turn that brightness down because that screen is so bright it impedes everybody else. But that's not in this article, but that's something that
it's something I always do, and I do it second nature.
Me too.
I forget about it, but yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing I do, brightness all the way down.
Yeah, because I mean, and if you can't see, maybe you don't need to be using your phone right then. The next one that they have is don't spill your drink on people, which this used to drive me nuts. Like when we would go to concerts, like back in 2009, where was I 21?
You would have been in 2019, right? Or
2009. I would have just turned 21. Yeah. So when we saw a concert, or like, but 2005 to 2009, like if I got beer spilled on me, it doesn't matter if I was 21 or not. I don't like the smell of beer. So it would piss me off like to no end if I got beer spilled on me. But then once we started seeing more shows and stuff, even in like 2009 and then all the way up until like when we started seeing shows again in 2016, it's like if it happened, it happened. It was like, oh, it's just part of like I'll take a shower when I get home. It's fine.
So are they saying like intentional spilling or accidental spilling or like throwing in this little blurb?
This is getting to the point of being so drunk that you're like walking around stumbling and dumping it. I thought of that too when I first saw this. I was like, oh, is it like where the pit opens up and people throw their drinks into it or whatever? Like, because I see that happening. I don't know. This one I was a little bit like, Loudwire is like a metal magazine, right?
Yeah.
But in
hard rock metal.
Hard rock, yeah. But in this one, I'm like, I don't really see people getting to the point where they're so drunk that they can't walk with their drink.
So I don't either, honestly. I don't see people getting like piss ass drunk at shows. It happens. I definitely see it from time to time.
Other genres probably have it happen more.
Maybe, but I mean,
I'm thinking like country concerts.
Country for sure. I mean, we've never been to one.
Yeah, I'm generalizing here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely happened. I've seen it before, right? Where people just get so piss ass drunk, but
normally our friends are around to like kind of help out or whatever. I mean, this is basically just saying like people are getting so drunk that they're like dumping their drinks on people.
Huh.
And I haven't seen that. And this one I'm just like, But maybe now that we're reading this and doing this
Yeah.
podcast, maybe we'll notice it more.
I don't know. That's one I haven't seen for
Yeah.
sure. The throwing, like either into the pit or when it first starts, people will toss their cups, even their empty cups, right?
Yeah.
Or their empty bottles. I hate when that happens. And like that
Yeah.
part, like that, fucking stop doing that shit. Throw your goddamn cups, like hold on to it or walk it back to a trash can.
I guess we could put this here as like also people who just throw their cans and cups on the ground instead of holding on to them for the concert.
If you're going to get a drink, like throw it away. Like even people in the pit in between crowds will start sweeping shit up. Cause, like, this is dangerous for us.
Yeah, like you can't be in a pit with all these cups and stuff.
And then when the curtain does drop and the crowd starts moving, sometimes you can't, if you have a little bit of alcohol left or a whole thing left, like, oh shit, you can't. And you're like, you can't help that. So
I don't think that's where this is going from, is like where, like if you have a drink and like some, like the crowd's moving so much that it spills. Like, I don't think that's what this is talking about. Yeah. But that's the kind of thing that would have pissed me off back early days of going to concerts. Like, just because I hated the smell of beer so much. Yeah. Now, if somebody spills their Red Bull on me, that Red Bull smell just makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I enjoy it by any means, but it's part of the experience and part of what I expect. And like you said, I'm going to get home, I'm going to throw my clothes off, and I'm going to jump in the shower and clean up.
Yeah, yeah. So I get what they're going at here. We personally haven't seen this that much.
The drunk aspect for sure, but otherwise, don't throw your shit in the crowd. That sucks. But otherwise, if you get beer spill on you. So this one, I'm like, on. I am
too. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I am too. I'm very. And the first time I read it, I was just like, do we see that? So this one, don't shout through the whole or the entire show. Don't shout through the entire show.
So shout, basically, just shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah. So this isn't meaning don't sing or don't enjoy. I guess you could scream or like something like that. Yeah. But like this is basically saying like don't hold a conversation because it says but talking. Okay, so it says I'm gonna read that. I haven't read many of them, but this one says this doesn't go for people singing along. Sing your lungs out, but talking to the people around you about your shitty work day or upcoming events, especially when you have to shout at them, sucks for those around you. And we just recorded a podcast a little bit ago about our Clutch show and also the Bad Wolves show that we saw the night before that, where we are in the crowd and we can't even focus on the music because every single person, well, not every single person, but
a large number of people,
75% of the people are having a conversation, which is louder than the music that's happening.
Because you have to talk over the music.
Yes.
I 100% agree with this. Is my biggest pet peeve right now. And going back to what we were saying earlier, I don't remember this being a thing pre-COVID. Either. Outside of the Lumineer show we went to.
Yes.
That guy behind us was just a piece of shit who would not shut his fucking mouth. But he was the outlier.
I think that was a drunk man having a conversation through the whole show. So it's like combining two of them. Yeah. But it was like, I don't remember being at a show. I mean, granted, we weren't going to as many shows as we are now. But I don't remember being at a show where like people were just holding conversations the entire time. Like you and I barely talk at a show. Like we might motion to each other like, hey, over here, or or we text each other.
I don't even think we text. It's more of when we want to talk, I bring my mouth down to your ear and speak into your ear and vice versa.
Half the time we can't hear each other, so then we just type a message.
Sometimes, yeah, I guess. But yeah, we're not talking about it. We try to motion, come up with like hand signals and whatnot. Like this means I'm going to wander around. This means I'm going to get a drink.
This doesn't mean I'm going to get in the pit.
No, it means I want to walk around.
I know. This would mean that like pit.
Maybe. Yeah. But this is
Yeah. And I think your conversation can wait until the band is done or on your way home.
On your way home. You don't need to talk about this right now by any means.
Yeah.
Even if it's related to the band, like who cares? Shut the fuck up and talk about it after.
Yeah.
This is without question, my biggest pet peeve. It used to be cell phones. This is my new one. I don't care about your phone as much. Yeah. I don't like it, but the fucking talking needs to stop. I fucking hate that.
When we were at Rockfest, there was, I think it was before Ginger or in the middle of Ginger, some guy came into the venue and was trying to talk to like every single person. I think he tried to talk to us. Do you remember him? Like with the hat on and stuff. And like everybody was just ignoring it. It's like, we don't know you, and also we're trying to watch this music. Like,
When he talked to me, though, I think it was in between songs, and it was, holy shit, that was fucking awesome. So, like,
oh, okay.
excuse me. So, like, little comments like that I'm fine with that. But as you said, like, as it says here, talking about your day or upcoming events, no. Like, that can wait.
Yeah. So that was definitely a big one for us.
Yep.
This one again, don't dance and fall over. Don't dance and fall all over others. Have a good time. I don't know if I agree with this one either.
This is like, I don't know. This, to me, that's the pit, right? Like, when you're in the crowd and the pit opens right in front of you, like, you're going to get jostled around a bit.
Yeah, but that's part of the experience.
To me, it is, I don't know. So this one, I'm like, meh on this one.
Yeah. Like, because this is basically saying, like, pay attention to people's personal space, which I feel like at a concert, you don't really have personal space. It's kind of like, if you don't want to be in the middle of everything, move off to the side, move to the back.
Yeah, you're going to be touching shoulders. Like, if you're not shoulder to shoulder and there's enough room for somebody to get in between me that has, like,
somebody's going to.
Yeah, they should. Like, that's how it works. And again, it's different styles of concerts, right? Like, we went to Jack White, and it really was, I found my spot. This is my spot.
Yeah, I'm not even moving my shoulder to let you get through. Yeah.
Where metal shows are more of like, you want to get to the front. You can try to get as far front as you want.
Yeah.
But eventually you're going to run into a wall of people being like, there's no more room in front of you because I can't move forward.
Yeah.
If I can't move forward, you're not getting in front of me.
Yeah.
So.
But like the whole thing of like not dancing or whatever, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've been at a concert where I've seen somebody dancing where it annoys me.
So Dead and Company, there's definitely a lot of dancing going on there.
Okay, and I haven't been to Dead and Company.
And I guess I could see that here, where I would dance at Dead and Company and I'd just like close my eyes and zone out and feel the music, right? So like, in that sense, sure, I shouldn't be just like closing my eyes and dancing all over the place, like bumping into people. That makes sense, right? So yes, if you're going to do that, be aware of your personal surroundings. Different concert, different vibe for sure. I don't think this necessarily applies to metal by any means.
No.
But,
and like, even if you would consider like dancing or moving all over the place, like we said, like the pit opens up, like you're jostling with the crowd. It's just part of the experience, where I guess maybe some that may annoy somebody, but like I said, go to the back, go to the sides. Like,
you talked about Volbeat. You wanted to go in and dance during Volbeat.
I did want to dance, yeah. There was a whole group of people dancing.
Right, but same thing. They're going to be minding their own space, but they are toward the back a little bit more and whatnot. So I guess all right, I'm a little bit more onto this now, depending on the genre and where you're at.
What's happening. Because I'm like thinking of even the Wage War concert that we went to, and like everybody was moving. Like, you're dancing, you're moving,
Yeah, that was the part of the thing, right? It's like you had, to some extent, no control over where you went. The crowd dictated where you went based on where the pits open, based on who was crowd surfing at the time, because you needed to like move to lift people up. So like the crowd itself becomes this organism that's moving around, and you have no control necessarily.
Right.
You kind of just go with it. That again, though, different experience than like Dead and Company.
Yeah. And I get it. Like, different genres of music also like would probably be totally different. Even thinking when we saw 3 Days Grace and Shinedown. Yes, thank you. 3 Days Grace and Shinedown. The lady in front of us, we were in seats in that show, which this would maybe pertain. Like, everything that we've said so far is like floor based.
True, yeah.
But the lady in front of us was with somebody, and then there was two guys like next to her, and the one guy was getting very uncomfortable because she was moving.
Oh.
But in seats, like, you have like a kind of defined area where you can stand, and she was moving into his spot. So, or like, not his spot, but like where
crossing over, he has a very limited space to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, if you're bumping
yeah.
over one way or the other.
I could see how that could be really annoying. We don't buy seats very often, so it's not something that we really notice or whatever. But like that would annoy me if I only had this much room and somebody's constantly dancing in my space. Okay, this one you love. Don't squeeze to get in front of people who are there first.
Yeah, I hate this so much.
Yeah.
One that comes to mind is Metallica in Vegas.
Yes. Yeah.
We were standing there, and again, this is like we worked our way to the front, as far front as we could.
Yeah.
And we couldn't go any further because like there just wasn't room. And this woman comes up and was like, "Well, my son's up there. I need to get to my son." And like everybody around is like,
"No,
sorry."
Like, why did you leave your son up there?
Right. So it's like sorry,
Yeah.
there's no room. You're not getting there.
Yeah.
So I do hate that when, like, by all means, push forward as much as you can, but eventually you're going to run into a wall.
Yeah. You're not going to get rail if you weren't the first
Yes.
people in.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, like, get there earlier.
Right.
Stand in line at 6 a.m.
Right, exactly. If that's what you want, then make the decisions to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
Don't think you can show up 20 minutes after the concert started and you can get rail. Like, that's what I hate. And like I said, if I'm standing there and there's clearly room in front of me, by all means.
Yeah, take it. Fill it up.
I'm not going to take a step back so you can be in front of me.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm going to realize, oh, there's no room. You're going to stop.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you there. And I know even at that same Metallica concert in Vegas where, like, there was a really large guy that was, like, moving all around. And then he, like, moved his way to the rail, like, because he needed air.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he just wanted to be on the rail. Whatever.
It was, like, all the way off to the side.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no, like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But there was another guy and a lady by us who I think thought that we pushed our way up there. And I'm like, no, we've been standing by you since this concert started, since Ice Nine Kills went on. Like, or wait, was Greta Van Fleet first?
No, it was Ice Nine, then
Yeah.
Greta.
Yeah, we had been sitting next to them the whole time, but he made a rude comment to me. And I'm like, no, like, we're not pushing our way up. We've been standing here the same amount of time you have.
Yep.
But anyways, this one, whatever. Like, if you want to push away. But if...
So, third pet peeve for me, for sure. It's
Are you counting?
Yeah, this would be third on my list.
Okay. This one I don't see often either, but theirs is don't make out the whole time.
I guess. I mean, I've seen it before. Sure, people like
Yeah.
making out and whatnot, and like, whatever. They're into the music. Like,
Yeah.
don't fuck in front of everybody else. I
Yeah,
guess.
just keep your
Like,
clothes on.
Yeah,
We don't
like,
really care about anything else. But I really don't see this.
It's been a handful of times that I've seen
Yeah.
it. I haven't seen it that much. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, different genres of music,
I guess. Yeah.
sure. We'll skip over that one because it doesn't, I mean, not skip over it, but we don't really
we've
have.
never really experienced
Yeah,
it.
we don't have very
And
many
it doesn't
comments.
really bother us if you're making out. Whatever.
Yeah. This one also, like, I really haven't seen, but leave the oversized hats at home. Leave the oversized hats for the Kentucky Derby. Maybe in other areas, or like if you're at an outside
I was
festival.
gonna say festival for sure. Yeah.
Like having the big brimmed hat so that you don't get the sun or whatever. But otherwise, there's only been a handful of times where somebody's wearing either a hat or I don't even know what it was, but I feel like it was at House of Blues and it was like near Halloween and people were dressing up. And there was like somebody who had a Santa hat, but I don't know why that's like near Halloween.
It may have been the Jack White.
Maybe. So not at House of
Christmas
Blues.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was kind of annoying to me, but otherwise I really haven't seen this, but maybe in different genres or different, well, they have cowboy hats here, so like if you're going to a country concert or something, that would probably be really annoying.
No, I would agree with that. It's something we haven't really experienced, but yeah, like
Anything that impedes your view.
right, why are you impeding somebody else's view type thing, basically at that point.
Yeah. Don't start a fight is the next one, which we've seen happen.
Usually there's a lot of alcohol involved.
Yeah. And bumping around or they're trying to get forward in the crowd.
Yeah. It's usually started because of one of the previous reasons I already talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking spilt your beer on me again.
Yeah.
Asshole, stop fucking drinking. And you like push back, blah, blah, blah. No, you're not getting in front of me. Like you're fucking done.
Yeah.
Like this is it. There's no more room. I'm staying where yeah, if you're not an asshole, you won't be in a fight. It's basically what it is. Like,
Yeah.
don't be an asshole. You won't get in a fight. Also, don't be the asshole in the fight because you clearly did something else to get into that fight.
Yeah. This is basically saying, like, they're taking moshing out of it. That's like the first sentence is like, like,
Yeah.
if you have to get your aggression out, mosh.
Yeah.
Like, don't fight somebody. But then it's basically like, if somebody's being a jerk, grab a security guard. I don't know. I don't see that happening at a metal concert.
You don't see it happening. It's definitely like you're going to take matters in your own hand type thing.
Because if you do take matters in your own hand, you got to realize you may be the one that gets kicked out because the security
you both
guard.
are. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
What I was going to say is the security guard could see you fighting and not the other person aggressing as well. So then you get kicked out and then the other person stays.
Yeah, I think it's regardless. Like, if two people are fighting, both people, no matter what, are getting booted.
Well, hopefully. I'm just saying you could run into
Well, not hopefully. Like, if somebody like takes a swing at me and I end up like just sitting there like taking it, and then I get booted also, I'd be pissed. But
Yeah.
I don't know what
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't either.
I don't know
We'll
what you're
cut that
saying.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see that many fights though. It's surprising.
I don't either. No, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's been a handful at concerts that we've been to, or it's like, or the concerts we go to, everybody acts like family. And like so like if a fight does kind of start to happen or somebody has a disagreement, everybody around's kind of like, hey, like,
yeah,
just stand back, like, separate, you guys go to your separate sides or whatever. And it's fine. So don't yell obscenities at the performer.
That's just, true always.
Yeah.
Like
even if you don't like them, just shut your mouth. They'll be done in 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is one I hate too, and we brought this up too, and my example is always Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
And
I hated Devin.
You hated Devin, yeah.
But
and
I'm not
now
going to...
Like, fuck Devin.
But I'm not going to scream at the stage like, fuck you, get off the stage.
But there are a lot of people at that, like, you fucking suck, get off. And then there was one recently too.
Yeah, what was that for? Is that House of Blues?
It was House of Blues. I can't remember either, but I remember it happening. It was that rap group.
Oh, yes.
With Static X.
Yes, I can't remember what their names were.
I can't either. But
we can put it up on the screen.
But the same thing happened of like people just shouting like, you suck, you fucking suck, get off the stage. I think they owned it really well, and it's like, fuck, or it's like, or this song's for you, like, fuck you, you fucking suck. Like their song lyric was "fuck you, you fucking suck" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But I hate that too. It's like, just because this isn't your favorite thing or you don't like this, you think this sucks, somebody in the crowd is there for that. In that particular band, I do remember there being a group of people bouncing, singing, having the like time of their life because this is something they fucking love.
Yeah, this was why they were there.
And it's like, just because you don't like it doesn't mean you're right that it sucks. Somebody else here, this is their fucking. To me, Metallica is my favorite band. This is their Metallica.
Yeah.
And it's like, shut your fucking mouth and just, if you don't like it, go get a drink or just sit there in silence and stew. I don't care. Just shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Like I said, like you're going to be done in 30 or they're going to be done in 30 minutes. Your band's going to come on. It'll be fine.
Yep.
Like, or if you don't want to see the openers and you only want to see the headliner, don't show up until 9:00.
Yep.
Like, it's fine. And then the last one on their list is, well, I'm going to read it, but it says, and for the love of fucking God, and for the love of fuck, don't throw things on the stage.
Yeah, I agree with this one for sure.
This has been happening a lot recently.
Has it been?
Well, I've seen it more and more on like social media and stuff of somebody getting thrown something in their face.
Okay.
Or like thrown.
I mean, it's something that's definitely happened in the past. I think there's a video dancing where somebody throws a water ball at him. He like grabs it in air as it's coming at him. I think that's the video I've seen in the past, but it's been happening for forever.
Yeah.
I do think it's bullshit to do. Like, even sporting events, this is happening a lot. I think, crowds get drunk and frustrated, so they throw their shit either on the stage here or in sporting events on the field at players.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is so wrong that you have to throw something at someone? Like, Jesus Christ, grow the fuck up. Stop being a petty little fucking child at this point.
Right. Like, I remember we were at Valair. This is a funny one. I mean, nobody got hurt. No, I mean, it wasn't like thrown at Corey Taylor or anything, but we were seeing, I believe, Stone Sour, and somebody threw their ID on the stage. And like Corey picks it up. You don't remember this?
I don't know.
Corey picks it up and he's like, "Oh, so-and-so, you went to my high school." Like, so I don't know how that all went down. Like, if they really did go to their high school or his high school, or if it was like...
It must have been like a joke or something.
Or a joke, or like, like somebody just found an ID on the ground after... Well, I mean, it was Stone Sour. Maybe there wasn't a mosh pit, but, like...
Yeah.
They just found an ID and they threw it on the stage. I don't know. But
yeah.
That's a kind of funny one to me.
I don't remember that.
Back in like the 80s, didn't people like throw their underwear on the stage or something?
I mean, it still happens. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think I saw a video like somebody threw a bra on like a Drake concert or something.
Oh, really?
I
don't know.
There was one singer, I want to say like Neil Diamond or something, where women would throw their underwear on the stage.
Interesting.
Or bras and stuff too. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a little different than throwing
a bottles
and shit on the stage.
And that's what I've been seeing is like where people are throwing like phones.
Oh, really? Their phones?
Their phones, yeah.
Why?
There was one that I saw and it turned into a TikTok video, which I don't even know how this happened, but like he was recording and he throws his phone on the stage and this singer, it was like a rapper, but like picks it up and like looks at it and like shows the crowd and like throws it back into the crowd. And like they made a TikTok video out of that. And I'm just like, one, I was like, is this real?
Probably.
But it's, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You could hurt somebody. Which is why we can't fucking have water bottles with lids at concerts. Like,
yeah.
There's reasons why they stopped letting you do things, and this is one of them. So, So that's the end of their list. Anything else you can think of?
One that kind of goes along with the don't push your way forward is like the spot back sort of mentality. Yes. We were at a show not long ago.
Yeah, Avatar at House of Blues.
Yeah. And there was somebody on the rail and they had to go to the bathroom. And they're like, okay, go to the bathroom. So they worked their way through the crowd, went to the bathroom. And then as they're going back, somebody next to them on the rail was like, remember her. She's going to come back through. Remember her. She's going to come back and get her rail spot. And then as she was coming back, it was like, let her through, let her through, let her through. And in my mind, it's like, no. If you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom. You work your way to the back. If you want to go get beer, you can go back and get beer and drinks and whatnot. But just because you got there early and got on the rail does not mean that that is your spot for the night. If you leave that spot on the rail, that is now open to whoever can grab it and take it.
Yeah.
Like,
and it wasn't just that one person, though.
There were several people doing it.
There was, like, the person right in front of me that did that as well, who, like, whoever was with them, and, like, they put their elbows out like this and, like, wouldn't let anybody come up.
I mean, we've done that.
We've done that, too.
Where, like, we're blocking up the spot. And if you can do it and hold it, great.
But somebody tried to come stand there, and that's the part that drove me nuts, is somebody came and stood next to it and, like, oh, no, they're coming back.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Like,
yep.
Then they're going to stand in front of you or stand behind you.
Yep.
And you guys are going to have a smaller space.
And that's what we typically do too when we're on the rail. Like, you'll be in front of me and then like my hands will be around you. So like I have hold on to the rail, but I'm not hanging on the rail too.
Yeah.
That's one that really pisses me off, is like there's no such thing as spot back in a concert. Mm-hmm. Like, you leave your spot, you leave your spot. Like, sorry. If you leave to go get a beer and you can't get back to your friends, sucks. You shouldn't. Like, what do you care more about, the beer or your spot at the concert? Like, you have to make those decisions. So that's one that really frustrates me. Other than that, though, I don't think there's anything else that jumps to mind. The chatter for sure is like number one now. Yeah. I guess another one for me maybe is, I don't know if I see it that often, but don't get pissed at the pit. Like, if a pit opens,
yeah, that's true.
Don't get pissed at, like, oh my God, the pit's right here. Like, if you don't want to be there, move, but don't be pissed that it happened. Like, that's something that happens and you can't anticipate where it's going to be. Right. Like, the pit changes in between bands sometimes. Sometimes it's always in the center. Sometimes it's to the left a little, to the right a little, in the back a little. You can't really control it.
Yeah, I've seen people who have gotten really mad or, you could see on their face and stuff that they're really mad. But everybody probably thinks I'm really mad, where I'm not. That's just my face. But it is like, just move to the side or move then if you don't want to be in the center.
Yeah, and I guess another one is if people want out, let them out. Move to the side.
That's
I don't know if that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But I think people are generally pretty good at this of like, hey, I'm heading out. Yeah. They'll move their shoulder to the side to let you get through.
Only time that I can think, well, not the only time, but one time that I can think that we had an issue with this is at the Forge when we tried to leave.
That was very packed.
It was so packed. It was so hard to get out. Yeah. But we made it. I mean, which is fine. But I don't know, like, if you were going all the way from the front all the way back. But, yeah, I know that there's a lot of times where people are like, let them out, let them out, let them out, sort of thing. But I guess my whole wrap up or whatever is just obviously treat people like you want to be treated. If one of these things annoys you, don't do it. Like, we made a joke during the Clutch concert, like, what are we having for dinner? Because, like, every single person was talking. So we were like, it was just a joke. But it's like, if you don't like something, don't do it. And then that will make us all just a more rounded family.
Oh no, I think it's a solid list.
Yeah.
Few things on there I'm like, what about?
Yeah,
but
like,
we don't experience.
We
that.
just don't experience it, but maybe it's just the genre of music that we go to versus other music. So,
but for the most part, I think it's a pretty solid list.
Yeah. So definitely go see live music. It's the best way to listen to music. So yeah, just go see live music.
And don't be an ass. Bye.